I was strolling through Walmart recently and I noticed that the Hypertough tools were being clearanced out. What I didn't realize was that a new line of Hypertough tools were being brought to the store, 20-volt brushless tools and brand new 12-volt brushless tools. Now, I like these tools for some reason. I'm infatuated with them. I know they're not the highest end tools in the world, but today I'm going to compare some of the impact wrenches that I saw and purchased. We have an old school impact wrench, well, not too old. It's brushless, it's Hypertough, it's 20 volts, and they have two new ones I'm going to compare with that older one. So let's take a look at these brand new and slightly not new Hypertough tools. This is the older brushless model that I purchased within the last year or so. It did come with a battery, not this battery, because the newer Hypertough batteries actually have a fuel gauge on them, which is nice. As you can see, it is brushless. It is the model number AQ78020G. Here's the new 1/2 inch drive compact version. As you can see, it is much more compact than the previous model as far as length. It did come with the Hypertough super slow charger and the 2 amp hour battery. Like the previous Hypertough, it does have multiple modes, and we'll check each one of these modes and see what it's like. The model number on this model is the 80046, so that is a drastically different type of model number actually. This chunky Mamma Jamma is actually their mid-torque. So we're going to throw it in there even though it's not quite the same class as the other two because it is new. And there's actually a high torque, which I don't have yet. So there's quite a variety of Hypertough brushless tools that are coming out now. I saw a circular saw. I saw a new die grinder for the 12-volt model. Just a whole bunch of different stuff. Brushless angle grinder. This one actually comes with a 4 amp hour battery and also comes with a better charger. This is an upgrade to the very bad and crappy slow charger, and you get this mid-torque with this better charger and a 4 amp hour battery, which the battery usually costs over $50. I got this whole thing for $79.99, so it's a much better value than buying the compact one when you take into account the better battery and charger. The mid-torque's model number is 80286. The mid-torque comes in at just under 7 inches long. The new compact model comes in at 5 5/8 inches long. And the old brushless model comes in at about 6 1/4 inches long. The weight of the old brushless model with no battery is 2 pounds 8.4 ounces. The new compact model is 2 pounds 9.8 ounces. The beefy boy mid-torque is 4 pounds 0.6 ounces. This is my hydraulic force gauge, which is going to measure how powerful these particular impact wrenches are. Going to put our socket on, we'll put it up to the nut here, and as we wrench down on that nut, up here on the gauge, we'll count how much PSI is created in that hydraulic cylinder. Whichever one creates the most power will be the one that creates the most PSI. This is going to be our old model, along with a 4 amp hour battery. Our 4 amp hour battery is fully charged. This will be for 10 seconds and forward. It's 2400 PSI. Still have a full battery. Let's try again. Right around the same spot there, just shy of 2400. Still have a fully charged battery. One more go. Right there at 2400 one more time, so pretty consistent at 2400 for our old brushed model. Just for kicks, we're going to put on a 2 amp hour battery because typically the two came with these tools before. I haven't seen a 4 amp hour come with an actual tool until I saw this mid-torque. So let's see what would have happened if we used a 2 amp hour. Looks like it got to about the same point right there, so not too big of a difference. A little surprised by that. All right, we have our 4 amp hour battery on the compact brushless model, the brand new one, and we're gonna put our socket on. We are in 3rd speed, highest speed. Our battery is fully charged, so we are good to go. Looks like our compact got to around 2450, so a little bit farther than our older model. Let's try this again. That time we got a hair over 2500 PSI. One last time. Again, about the same spot, 2550 PSI. So besting the older model in a smaller form factor. Very nice. Since we have a compact tool here, let's use the compact battery. It didn't prove to be much of a difference with the older model, but maybe this newer model will be less powerful. Let's find out. We'll make one run right here with our 2 amp hour battery. Now, Chunky Fellow has the 4 amp hour battery and also seems to have a soft start. Listen. Takes about a second to get up to speed there. So let's see if this just maxes out my 3000 PSI. It just might. Might have to get another gauge for this bad boy. Nope. Only got a 2400 the first time. Yeah, right there below 2400. So maybe we just need to give this sucker a little bit more time. She just needs to get going. So I'm gonna see if I can't max it out in about 15 seconds. Letting it run for a while, it gets up to around 2700, but it might be all she goes here. It might be bending my metal here a little bit too. We may need a stronger plate in the future to handle this bad boy. Good for the compacts, not as good for the mid-torques. But so it remains to be seen if this sucker is more powerful. I bet she is once we get this thing squared away. Lastly, but not leastly, we're going to see the RPM on these different impact wrenches. Now, there's 3 different speeds. We're going to start with, I think we'll start with our low speed on our old brushless impact wrench. We're going to medium speed. And now we're going to do our high speed. Now we have our new compact model on low speed. Now medium speed and high speed. So definitely faster than the previous brushless model. Now we have Chunky Boy. We're going to put him on low speed. So much slower than the other two. Here goes medium speed. Big jump up on medium speed. And finally, high speed. Not much difference between medium speed and high speed. So we have 2 new impact wrenches from Walmart. I was really surprised to see all the tools that they're coming out with, and I'm curious how durable they're going to be. This was $79.99 and came with a 4 amp hour battery and a better charger. This one was $59.99 and came with a worse battery and the worst charger ever created on Earth. So it's nice to buy the upgraded charger. They now have one that's pretty cool. It has a percentage on there. It's pretty cool. It actually keeps track of the percentage of which the battery is charged. This is the 4 amp hour we were using. I'm charging it back up. It's at 70%. So that's pretty cool. And these chargers are relatively cheap compared to most power tool chargers. I am not sure of what amp rate it charges at yet though. So what's the word on these bad boys? It might be too early to tell. We have a chunky boy who didn't get very far in our test, but that's probably because of our testing equipment. And we have a compact that performed, I think, better than the previous model and is smaller than the previous model, so you can fit it in more places. What do you guys and gals think? Do you want me to test more of these impact wrenches? Maybe grab the high torque impact wrenches at Walmart? Do you want me to try out some of their new 12-volt tools? I think they're really cool. I like those, and I've used some in the shop for a long time. Here's the infamous 12-volt 3/8 impact driver, which has been really good for me, but is somewhat temperamental depending on which battery you choose. Sometimes it'll cut out if you use a smaller than the 4 amp hour battery. But the good news is, I got the 6 amp hour battery up there charging, just bought it. Only $37, so I don't know what to expect. Do you guys want me to test the Impact Wrench 3/8 model 12 volt with this battery? Just let me know in the comments. Let me know what else you want me to test, and I will see you guys on the next one.